in the chat for you to come on and have this conversation with me. And I hope that you hear me, black men, and understand where I'm coming from with this. Men own and control. When you own and control something, you can do whatever you want to do with it. Check. Do whatever you want to do with it. They own the league. They own the team. So those men, they can do what they want. We could say it's not fair. They should be, what's the protocol? They need to implement better safety measures, better protocol. Or if someone gets injured, they need to be. We can say that, right? Like we can say that, but the reality is this: they own and control the league and can do whatever they want to do with it. When you own something, you can do whatever you want to do with what you own. People can complain about it and they have the choice to deal or not deal. But at the end of the day, it's yours and you can do what you want for it. I'm so tired of seeing our men, and I'm being polite right now, beg for another group of men to do something. Build your own damn football league. You're 80% of the labor force. When I saw the Negro Baseball League, and shout out to it's an elder that oh my goodness, I'm looking right at him, Elder Ray. He is in charge of, like, they have a Negro Baseball League. I want to call it a museum, but it's in a suite in Owens Mills. And each year, Mr. Ray, Baba Ray, he goes to the Baltimore County African American Festival, and he brings out this gigantic display of the Negro Baseball League. And so you see, oh my gosh, you see black people filled in the stadiums, black men on the field, black coaches, black players. He shows pictures of the black women who were coming out there with their meals and selling their meals. He talked to me about how the money stayed in the black community and how players would stay with either families. And then you had black women coming out selling their food. So the dollar circulated in the black community. Come on, y'all. That's what we need to be doing. Our ancestors did it then. And now we have all of these resources. And we still want to be in service to white people. All of these resources, and we still want to be in service to white men. Black men, please wake up. Stop being bucks. Stop being bucks. A man is not a buck. That's not a man. Men own and men control. Stop being in service of white men. That's not manhood. Then you want to come home and you want to look at us women and you want us to respect you like a man. And you ain't out there owning and controlling. You're not out there building institutions and communities are safe for your damn children, for your women and for your elders. And you want to come in the house and be treated like a man. Start thinking like builders instead of people who are servicing things to white people. That's manhood. Being of service to white men, working and shucking and jiving for white men. Yes, sir, boss. I gotta go get my paycheck. And then when he say you're fired, you can't even feed your damn family. When you're fired, you can't even feed your family. When that white man say you fired, why even put yourself in a situation like that? We need to be developing. That's why I told you, I focus on the youth. And I instill in them entrepreneurship, and I equip them with the tools to become entrepreneurs. Because I want these young boys who are growing up to be men. By men, I mean males who are in control of their communities. They know how to build their communities. They don't have to call somebody to come fix anybody in their house. They know how to do that. Hell, they done built the house. They know how to wire the house. They know how to grow their own food. We're too dependent on another group of people. Build your own institution, black man. Build your own institution, black man. Want to be crying. Well, they not paying us right. They not paying us right. They need to put in more. They need to give us more. No, hell. Go build your own shit. Go build your own stuff. That's not fair. The working conditions aren't good for me. The working conditions aren't right for me. The working conditions aren't good. Go build your own institutions and create your own working conditions. See, when you own, you control, and you can do what you want to do with it. See, this is what Dr. Claude Anderson was talking about. This is what Dr. Amos Wilson and our ancestors have been talking about. But we like to parrot blueprint for black power instead of going out here achieving black power. We want to parrot Dr. Amos Wilson. We like to parrot Baba Dick Gregory. We like to parrot Dr. Claude Anderson. We like to parrot these people instead of actually putting their words into practice. They talk about nation building. Marcus Garvey talked about nation building. Malcolm X talked about nation building. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad talked about nation building. Hell, in the message to the black man, he says that black men won't have no respect unless you build things, unless you take care of your women and your children. He said the world won't even respect you until you do that. But we like to parrot these people. We like to parrot these people. But then we don't go out here and apply what they said. You're not involved in any nation building. You comfortable at your job. You comfortable at your job. You comfortable in your community while your women and your children and your elders are being shot down dead. Don't get me started. I have receipts for Baltimore, Detroit, Chicago, Oakland, St. Louis. And I could go in all of those hoods and show you how black women and children and elders aren't protected. And you want to tell me it's black men in that neighborhood. Stop it. Cut it out. Cut it out. Because if it was black men in that neighborhood, that foolishness that goes on in the black community wouldn't be going on. Let me say that again. If it was black men in those neighborhoods, that foolishness would not be going on. Flint, thank you, Dr. Craig. Flint. And you want to tell me, oh, black men over there, black brothers over there. Well, then why the community like that? Why the Asians running your stuff? If it's men in that community, why the Asians over there running your stuff? You talking about you own the block. I own it. This is my block, man. I own this block. This is my hood. You don't own the house in the hood, brother. You don't own the businesses in that hood, brother. You don't dictate the politics in that hood, brother. You don't control the culture in that neighborhood, brother. But it's your community, it's your neighborhood, and you don't own and control anything. That's not manhood. Oh man, she a woman, she's speaking on manhood. How she gonna tell me? If that's your version of manhood, I don't want it. Keep it. And I get on the sisters too, because I know some of you sensitive males, you be in a chat, who Dr. Ma going in on the men? What about the females? What about the females? I get on their asses too. It's called ma'at, balance. I get on them too. I actually get on women more than I get on men. You want to know why? Because I understand that a woman gives birth to the nation. And I understand that the mother is the first child, is the first teacher of the child. So I'm even harder on females than I am on males, Ashe. Because I know that when you teach a man, you teach an individual. But when you teach a woman, you teach a nation. So I'm always on my sister's tails about being right mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Being right for ourselves, being right for our men, and being right for our children. But right now, I'm talking about you, black man. Right now, I'm talking about you. And those men in the day, those men, I'm sitting here thinking about the uncles. My uncle, peace be upon his soul. I called him Uncle Lucky. His name was Eugene. Grew his own food. We used to go outside. He had pigs, cows, chickens. Go across the field. He had vegetables. He had fruit. Grew his own food. Shout out to the black farmers, because there are some black male farmers, black men farmers out there. Shout out to those brothers. A nation who can't feed itself can't free itself, because you're too damn dependent on another group of people for your basic physiological needs. So shout out to those black male those black men who are farming. Shout out to them. We need to stop being dependent, family, on another group of people. We have to stop. We are dependent on another group of people for food, clothing, shelter, education. We take our cultural cues from another group of people. We got to stop, family. We got to stop. So I'm going to drop the link